Really important to define that to your players, what success is in every single drill work you do, so they have a parameter. So tee work. So 2 different tee drills here. The one on the left is just a walk-through flow drill. If you got guys that get caught on their backside a little bit, aren't direct through the middle, this is a really good one. On the flip side, if you got guys that are heavy on their front side, I'd avoid the one on the left and go with the one on the right. It's basically the same drill, but we're just going to stop and work through the baseball. You really got to brace in the ground, and your direction's got to be working through the middle of the field. And you'll see, and this guy's in the videos a lot, watch how he hits off a tee all the way to a machine. The way he moves his body does not really change. That's super, super important. So low tee under the hand path, and we do a lot of stuff on the inner half. We train the inner half a ton because we want to be able to look away as much as possible, and if you come in, we're going to be able to react and get in. We're not going to panic when the ball comes in and fly open. We're going to keep our hands on that hand path and stay through the middle of the field. If you think about it, I never want you to swing at this pitch, but one of the easier pitches to hit would be if a pitcher threw a pitch underneath my hands for a ball. If I just stayed direct, stayed closed, and didn't panic and fly open, theoretically, that should be the easiest pitch to hit. Drill on the right is my favorite tee drill because with tee, there's no swing decision. You're just hitting. There's no timing involved. You can do this one of 2 ways. You can do it where he's just going outside to inside, or when he's in his load, you can tell him which ball to swing at. So he would load outside, right? And his load say inside. And it's just a way of making the tee harder. And, tee can be done really one of 2 ways. You can be lackadaisical, or you can make it super important. Tee and break it and have to pay $130 to replace it. So those pool noodles are $1, put them on a broken tee, and they're really, really good just to be what I call a constraintless constraint. Really forces direction and tight turns for what we're looking for. Here's another way of using it, kind of creates a barrier. He was working on controlling his front side and staying closed and really being direct and forward with his hands. It kind of is just a reminder for him there that I really can't go that way too far, and I got to kind of stay in my zone. This is my favorite drill. Coach Kane, good flips here. We call this the hallway drill. So really big on keeping that front shoulder tight. We never want to fly open or panic on an inside pitch. We always want our hands tight to our body and have a really good first move. Watch how he's slow and under control with his load. And really this drill is result over mechanical. So if you got a guy who can't stop flying open, can't stop getting around the baseball, just can't get inside the ball, narrow where he's looking, narrow his sights. You're going to flip this ball underneath his hands, and all he's trying to do is, hey, I want you to hammer the ball through this hallway. It takes the thought out of everything. So it's going to be more of a result over a mechanical drill that's going to get him back on track. Line drill, exact same concept. I do it with a left-handed hitter, obviously. You can do that last drill too with the lefty up against the net. But this is going to create more room for error. So it's just like when we step out from the cage onto the field, it's like, wow, we got a lot more space. That's why sights and approach are super important. Same thing with this. You want to flip this ball under his hands. His first move cannot be around the ball or to push the ball. It's going to be direct. That ball stays exactly on the line, straight up the middle of the field. It just changes the feel from the hallway drill and just really makes you centralize your focus in a wider space. Concept. I use this a lot for guys to pull the ball correctly, especially with the right-handed throwing left-handed hitters. This guy grabs a little too much net here, but that hallway, again, this is result over mechanical. That hallway feel in the net forces this guy to have the correct finish to backspin a baseball to the pole side. You can do this obviously with right or left-handed hitters. Split stance helps force that correct front shoulder, and it forces your hands to have the correct hand path. This is a drill a ton of our guys do. There's an unintended video in here too. Do you see the guy in the background on the tee? Like, that's what I'm talking about taking everything. Like, he's hitting off a tee and he looks like he's about to hit in the game. I just noticed that. That's great. So you'll see the back foot is back, so that gives you space. So people call it the scissor move. We call it the hedge move, just because I want it to sound like a power move, like a hedge clipper. But if you stay in the ground long enough, and a lot of our guys do this, if you stay in the ground long enough, create enough ground force, get through baseballs, get extension, that back leg kicks out and you give yourself space to work with. This is just a way to put that guy already in that feel and let him get used to it. Alternating speeds on front toss. Front toss can be extremely easy. So, and there's a time and place for that, don't get me wrong. But here, what we're doing